Hello, I'm Crispin and welcome to Poker Room Review, your guide to live poker rooms all across the world. In each episode, we review a live poker venue, discussing the important things you need to know when planning your next poker destination. In each episode, we review a range of characteristics, including location and access, game options, service and experience, and Rake and Rewards. We also discuss all the rules, quirks, and issues relating to each location. Today, we're at the infamous poker room at Melbourne's Crown Casino, Australia. Now, I'll be honest, I was really pensive with this one because prior to the pandemic, Melbourne was famous for its Aussie Millions Series. It's a huge open field main event, plus its super high rollers. It coincided every year with the Australian Open Grand Slam tennis, easily the biggest extravaganza anywhere in the poker calendar in the Southern Hemisphere. However, no tournaments have been running since 2019, so just how disappointing is it? Well, let's find out. Category 1, location and access. The city of Melbourne is one of the truly beautiful places in the world. It's a wonderful blend of classic Victorian architecture amidst the glistening skyscrapers of a modern metropolis. Rightly famous for its boutique shops and alleyways, excellent shows, and great coffee, it's no wonder that Melbourne consistently ranks as one of the most livable cities anywhere in the world. At an absolute prime location sitting right there on the south bank of the Yarra River is Melbourne's Crown Casino, a glorious spot that's easy to get to. From the airport, it's about 20 minutes on the Skybus to Melbourne CBD, and then a 10 to 15 minute walk from there to the casino. The poker room is located on its own floor, below the main gaming floor. You'll need a membership in order to play, so remember to bring your passport and go to the rewards desk first to sign up. One great feature is there are many tablets around the poker area where you can just scan your card in and add yourself to the list without having to queue up. It's hard to actually imagine a more ideal location for poker. If you're going for a family holiday, there's plenty around as well for a significant other to do, art galleries, food courts, shows, and the Crown Complex itself. For location and access, 5 stars. Category 2, game options. Now on one level, there is a bit of heartache with tournaments being no more. However, for cash game players, it's incredibly healthy. There's 1-3, 2-5, and 5-10 hold'em running during the weekdays with a minimum 2-5 on Friday and Saturday. Bigger games get up frequently as well. One great feature is that you can buy in for up to 200 big blinds at every stake level, which is higher than the Australian average, and the games run 24/7, and most evenings will have more than 30 tables running at a time. A large room indeed. All in all, the cash game player is going to be pretty satisfied with the variety, flexibility, and size of Melbourne's weirdly named Vegas poker room. However, the complete absence of tournaments and the disappearance of the big draw international series is obviously a major drawback. For game options, 3 stars. Category 3, service and experience. This is net positive. In the pro column at Crown Melbourne, there are some of the best and most professional dealers anywhere. They're fast, make few mistakes, and are better at directing action than the global average. The room itself is comfortable with good climate control, seating, and shuffling machines at every table. There are great high-definition screens broadcasting the latest live sporting events from around the world. You can see them from whatever perspective you're sitting at the table. Also, the lists move quickly and efficiently. Mostly, you'll only be waiting for a few minutes. At the absolute busiest times, you'll be waiting up to an hour, but that's only when there's 30 plus people waiting on the list. Overall, pretty good considering. On the flip side, it's a little cramped, and despite lighting directly over the table being reasonable, the room itself is far too dark for my liking. It has this kind of matte black color scheme, feels like a bit of a funeral. More importantly, the cost. Absolutely everything costs money. Tea, coffee, juice, and being Melbourne, it's overpriced. In addition, there are no chip runners, and if you need to add on, that means a trip to the cage. You can't buy an extra at the table. Finally, they actually limit the time you're allowed to play. In any given day, you can't spend more than 12 hours at the table, and you can't play for more than 36 hours in any 7-day rolling period. This all came about because Crown famously got into a bit of trouble with the government for both money laundering and for gambling safety. However, there is one aspect to this remediation that I do quite like. Once you've been playing for 3 hours, a staff member will approach you and give you a $5 discount card at one of their cafe restaurants, which you have to redeem within 30 minutes. The aim is to get you to take a break. And actually, this feels pretty charming, and the food offered at the cafe is really quite good. Overall, it's a great place to play if only things were a little more cheaper and complimentary. For service and experience, 3 stars. 4. Rake and Rewards. Okay, so for anyone who's seen any of my Australian reviews, you'll know that Rake in the country does kind of suck. At Crown Melbourne, Rake is 10%, capped at $15, which is stable across most stake levels. This makes Rake at 1-3 utterly abysmal, with a cap of 5 big blinds. But at 5-10, it's also $15, which is a lot more reasonable. There used to be a royal flush jackpot of significant size, but this has been taken away since COVID. That was a really great feature, and they ought to bring it back. However, at present, there are no bad beat jackpots or cash race bonuses of any kind. However, the points you accrue while playing on your Crown Rewards card is actually okay. If you play for a couple of hours, you'll get complimentary parking, and beyond that, you get around 50 cents an hour in rewards points that can be redeemed around the complex. Couple this with the $5 gift card I mentioned earlier, and it's not nothing. It does accumulate over time. Given the high wages and cost of taxes and regulation, Rake is not going to be much cheaper than this anywhere in the country. And also, there is no tipping of dealers of any kind. The 10% 5 big blind cap for 1-3 is still brutal though, and coupled with the fact that almost no services are complimentary, for Rake and Rewards, 2 stars. Rules and quirks. Melbourne's Crown Poker Room has one huge quirk that you definitely need to be aware of. However, before we get into it, I want to tell you about the new book I've published on Kindle called Poker Stoic: How to Control Tilt and Make Good Decisions. I share 200 Stoic poker maxims from my private notepad, applying Stoic philosophy direct to the felt. Now, obviously, I'm biased, but this has honestly saved me more big blinds than literally any other poker product. If you'd like to improve your mental game and support this channel, see the link down below. And exclusively for my viewers, if you purchase the book and leave a review on Amazon before October 2023, just post a link in this video down below and I will contact you to give you $5 cash back within 30 days. That's half the purchase price. But back to Melbourne's Crown Casino. Most things are incredibly standard and unexceptional, save an optional under the gun straddle, except for one huge thing. At 1-3 and 2-5, the game is a turbo, with each player having 20 seconds to act until their hand is dead. Now, between the efficient dealers, no changing chips at the table, and the turbo structure, the game plays very fast for a cash game. If you like getting through lots of hands, then this is truly fantastic. However, if you want to take your time in tough spots and don't want to play big, then this is not going to be for you. For me, more poker is always better, but it's not for everyone. The other thing to note is that, like most casinos in Australia, Crown Melbourne is a stickler for the rules. For example, over at 1-3, if someone straddles to $6 under the gun, then most players who throw in 2 $5 chips really just want to call. Now, technically, that should be a raise, but recreational players are not going to know this, and yet the dealer instantly announces it's a raise, often leading to a debate at the table. Sure, there could be an angle shoot there somewhere, but come on. Also, with straddles, dealers often won't announce that they're on, and sure, it's up to the players to follow the action, I agree with that. However, it's intimidating enough for new people to sit down at a poker table, and at the lowest stakes, I think it could be a little more welcoming with these sorts of things. Overall though, despite the absence of the Aussie Millions, I'm pleased to say that Melbourne Crown Casino remains a must-see on the Aussie poker tourist map, if only for the cash game player. 3.5 stars. We review new poker rooms regularly, so if you found value in this content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons because it's the only way YouTube knows this is the case. Also, please, if you have access to any Facebook groups or poker forums, consider sharing this video because getting more views is the only way we can create more content. In the meantime, have you played at Crown Melbourne's poker room? If so, what did you think? Is there anything that I've missed or recommendations you'd like to include? I'm sure everyone would appreciate the comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.